Pete's Dragon is a remake in all the right ways, taking cues from the original, but reimagining the story for a very different audience living in a very different era. A film for children that isn't afraid to deal with real issues in honest ways, but also steeped in magic and whimsy, the David Lowery-directed movie refrains from hewing too closely to the 1977 original to great success. The new Disney film rebuilds the story of Pete's Dragon from the ground up. Here, Pete becomes an orphan after his parents die in a car accident. He lives in the woods for 5 years with his dragon friend Elliot, a sweet, empathetic beast who can also be as terrifying as his dragon nature promises. One day, a forest ranger named Grace comes deep enough into the woods that Pete hears her and becomes enamored with her as a mother figure. When we meet Grace, she is trying to protect the forest she loves from the local lumber mill, but she also has connections to it. Her fiancé Jack and his brother Gavin own it. The two have different motivations. Gavin wants to cut deeper into the woods, which is what leads to the discovery of Pete, while Jack wants to respect the forest ranger's restrictions and not overstep with Grace. Lowery is smart to not over-explain to his audience the beats of the story. Pete, as well as Jack's daughter Natalie, see the events of the world play out and understand much without needing to be explained. It's the same for the writing, which lays the events of the story out on the table and trusts the audience to not need everything spoon-fed to them. It's because of that Pete's Dragon is able to soar. Much of the movie works as well as it does because of how spot-on the casting is. Oakes Fegley commands every scene he's in, knowing when a look or a smile is just as effective as a line of dialogue. He is the heart of the movie. The movie also wouldn't work without its titular dragon, and Elliot is the best casting of all. Thanks to Fegley's performance and Weta's visual effects, Elliot is a perfectly believable part of the world. It's important that the film does emphasize Elliot being a dragon, because not only does it solidify some of the character's real concerns about him, but it also brings up the subject of fundamental misunderstandings of things that aren't familiar and you don't understand. By not shoving big issues down the viewer's throats when he does have opportunities to, Lowery allows a dialogue to be opened between parents and their children. From not establishing a firm moral ground of right and wrong, to showing how different doesn't necessarily mean bad, to examining the flexible definition of family, Pete's Dragon conveys the right messages to children while also having enough rich material to captivate adults. For everything else Pete's Dragon, keep it right here on IGN.
Elliot.